Monday. Welcome to spring break at my house because I have no camp, I have no babysitter, I have no husband here at the moment.
And she loves it.
I do love it, but you know, it's just a lot. Welcome to the DIY Designer. I'm so happy you're here. Today's DIY is super easy, super fun, super high impact. If this is your first video, my name's Orly. Welcome to the DIY Designer. I do really fun DIY fashion and like personal style content. Really, my whole purpose with this channel is to give you guys the tools and the inspiration that you need so you can really customize your wardrobe. I want every piece that you own to really feel like something that speaks your own style language, that celebrates all the wonderful things that make you you. And DIY is a really, really cool way to do that. I have a beautiful online course called Style Language. If you guys want to unlock your unique style language, it's very simple. It's basically the 3 to 4 words that define your style. It's like the 3 to 4 things that you need to feel in every outfit in order to always feel like your best self. It's really simple, but once you unlock it, it is so useful, so transformative, and so fun. So you guys can check that out at mystylelanguage.com. Today's DIY, we're doing foil metallic shirts, shoes, all the things. It's really fun. This started when I saw a ribbed metallic tank and I thought like, oh man, that's so cool. It's kind of like rock and roll and super sexy and fun, great for festival season. And then, you know, as it happens, like the materials were out, the iron was hot. I was like, what else? What else? What else? And I opened up my closet and I found a pair of really old, faded out boots. Kind of gross. I almost never wear them. And I thought, could we? Could we do it? Turns out we can. Let's get started with the rib tank. This is just a black rib tank I bought from Target. Now, one of the things to consider is that you're gonna lose a little bit of stretch. You can control that by doing the opposite of what I did, which was almost buffing in the glue. I'm gonna link the glue down below, but basically you wanna paint it on and almost try to keep it like light on the surface so that it's only gonna put metallic foil on the outer ribs and not the underneath ones. That's really gonna help maintain a lot of the stretch and actually make it look really cool because you're gonna see that rib detail really clearly. Now, I bought a roll of the silver foil because I knew I wanted to do a lot. I will link that below as well. I definitely recommend it so that you're able to really have freedom while you're doing it. You're gonna lay it on top and you're gonna iron. You're gonna hear a little bit of like a sizzle. That's because the glue is still wet and it's fusing to the foil. I basically go until the sizzle stops. To me, that sort of meant like, okay, it's no longer wet, it's fully fused, I hear no more sizzle. Now, I also recommend working in sections because you don't want the glue to dry before you've had a time to put the foil on. So if you find yourself taking too long, do what I did, work in sections. Now you're gonna let it cool before you peel it. When you peel it, this is a real exercise in giving up control because you just cannot control which areas take it perfectly and super high, like mirror finish, and which areas did not. So if you want though, you can do what I did, which is then go back in and add a little bit more of the glue to areas that didn't take as strong as you wanted. One thing to note though is that when you end up putting the iron back on top of areas that had that high metallic sheen, it does sort of fade it a little bit. Like it's still there, but it does fade it just a little bit. While I'm letting that side cool, I'm gonna flip it over and do the back. Same exact process. Again, I wish I had kind of more lightly done it so that it only was on the upper ridges, but whatever. All right, so you can see I'm peeling off and all of those areas that were a little faded took a little bit more of a pop. I added in a little bit more metallic sheen, so you can totally go in and patchwork it. Now I made a mistake when I did the back. I forgot to put like a towel in to create a little bit of padding. So when I ironed it, it actually showed the neckline. It kind of showed through. So I just sort of disguised it by adding in a little bit more and doing a second pass. Now here, I was trying to decide if I wanted to keep the black ribbed detail or not. I decided it was actually like a little busy, like the metallic with the black was just like more limiting, whereas a full metallic I thought actually might be easier. So I'm just gonna add the glue to the ribbed neckline, same exact process, iron it till the sizzling stops, stretch it just a little bit so that you maintain your stretch. You're actually gonna wanna do this with the entire thing, the full tank top actually. And then this is done. This is machine washable. I washed it twice and no change, nothing. This is when I ended up doing the boots where I was like, I wonder if it would work. So this is my first pass at it. I'm adding the glue and I'm working in sections. It's really important, especially with boots, that you work in smaller sections because it's just too hard to do big sections at a time. I'm using my little mini Cricut iron press. This is perfect if you have one of these little guys because it's really gonna let you get in around all of the edges, on the top, around the sole, like use the edges. It's super helpful. Make sure to use a towel and put your hand inside the boot so you can press against it without burning your hand. Again, press against it until the sizzle stops. Let it cool just a little bit. My God. Oh my God. Like, I was so excited. I was like, holy cannoli, it freaking worked. Again, you're gonna patch anything that is not absolutely perfect. Go back in. Okay, two big notes. While I'm just gonna keep going here, two big notes to share. Number one, this is not going to be able to create that high liquid metal look. It is imperfect. It's almost gonna look like a brushed foil leather, like crackled foil leather. It's not gonna be super mirror, super clean. It's just impossible. I tried, it's impossible. So you kind of want to embrace it and work with a boot that you think might actually look kind of like a cool crackled leather. I would not do this on a patent because I don't know if it would actually peel because you need pretty high heat in order to do it. So something fabric like a faux suede is a really great option. Number two, it's gonna tighten the boot a little bit. So these boots used to feel kind of loose on me and I'm actually wearing them as we speak and it is a little tighter. So just to consider that as well. Now I'm doing the heel and I didn't know if it was gonna work because it's like a wooden heel. It's so-so. It's so-so. It's not as clean as I wanted. So you're gonna go back over the boots, doing it a couple of times, again, patching it until it's clean. And then this I'm not gonna show in detail, but for those of you that don't want like all the metallic foil, but you want some of the metallic foil, this is super awesome. Zadig and Foltaire actually has like a whole collection of these and like 180 bucks. But it's really cool. So you can add a detail as little or as much as you want. So have some fun with it. The end of the video is gonna be a little different than usual. My kids are gonna take pictures, they're gonna hold the camera, I'm gonna do it here in the backyard, I'm gonna try to get you some good footage to show you what they came out like.
There we are!
The plan is next week, 3 denim skirts. Stretch, no stretch, black, wrapping the waistband, maintaining the waistband, all the different things. So this is like the only turn your jeans into a skirt DIY you're ever gonna need. Super, super stoked. So I will see you guys here next week. Have a beautiful week. Happy spring break.
Week.